Tape. So I'll speak English since I think most people here understand English pretty well. Some exceptions. Don't know if they don't understand or if they just don't listen. Anyway, thanks, Mirk, for that blood-curdling surprise of being asked to speak here. I just wanted to thank everybody because, as you probably gathered, not only from the media coverage, but really from the focus of the visit, the President's speech in the square was the highlight of his trip. It was the most important part of his trip, with apologies to President Klaus and Prime Minister Topolánek and all the other guys who were at the European Summit. But the main thing he wanted to do here was speak to the people of the Czech Republic and more broadly to the people of Europe. And think about it, he had just the day before been with all of those European guys. He'd seen them like 4 straight days. I don't want to say he was getting tired of it, but I'm saying that this was a welcome change in his agenda. And it was the only public speech that he gave. And his team, I'm sure that you were following in the newspapers, his team had a very hard time deciding where they wanted to give the speech. And that was largely because it was very difficult to decide where in Prague. There were so many potentially beautiful places. And what the White House knew was it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. The President and Mrs. Obama very much wanted to come here because they'd never been, and they knew Prague was such a gorgeous city. And their team was having a very difficult time. Every time we went to a place, they would say, this is beautiful. This would be the perfect place. And then we would go somewhere else and they would think, this is beautiful. This would be the perfect place. So it took us a little bit of time to get a final decision. But as all of you saw who were there, it's extraordinarily complicated to put on an event like that. Not only the security, which of course means things, but simply the movement of people, of having the organization of people. And the President is on such a tight schedule that if the embassy alone had tried to do this, there's no way we could have done it. We do not have the capacity. If the White House had tried to do this, it never would have happened because we didn't have the capacity. And the first thing the White House people said after they decided, we want to do the speech here, we want the backdrop of Prague behind him, we want the castle, we want the náměstí filled with people. The first thing they said was, we need help. We need volunteers. And fortunately, through the school, through the American Center, we are beginning to have some extraordinary relationships with students, with university students, with high school students, with young professionals. And it's tremendously important to us for various reasons. From the political point of view, obviously you're the future of the Czech Republic. Not me, but the person who comes 5 years after me or 10 years after me is going to be going to the foreign ministry and talking to you. Or he's going to be going to the presidency and meeting with you. And so you're an important audience for us, but also the energy that you bring, the commitment that all of you showed on Saturday, getting up at 4 in the morning or earlier to come volunteer to be at this event, doing work that I know in many cases was extremely tiring and extremely difficult and probably not particularly pleasant. It was vital. Getting all of those people from the entrance points to where they could see the President was what made his trip to Prague successful and really what made his trip to Europe such a sensation in the United States and around the world. So I just want to say thank you very much on behalf of the embassy. You were a vital part, you were the heart of this event. I hope that you are all very proud of the role you played. I hope that you all understand just how deeply we appreciate what you did for us and how deeply grateful we are for you. We hope that a little bit of wine, and we have beer too?
Yes.
Okay. So we have wine and beer. Who knew in the Czech Republic you could find beer? But, so that's good. Anyway, we hope that this will be a little symbolic show of just how much we thank you for everything you did for us. And that's all I want to say. Just thanks very much.